Hello everybody, and welcome to your Case of the Ex tarot reading. This tarot reading is intended to help those of you who are having some hangups and some issues about an ex, and that can be you want to get back with them, or maybe you don't want to get back with them, but you have unresolved emotions around an ex. So this reading will help you either way. Look at the 6 different X's on the screen and decide which one of those X's is drawing you in, because that particular X is going to bring forth the information to help you understand where you and this X are still attached and why that's so, and what you can do to help yourself, and also any potentiality with this relationship for the future. So go ahead and decide which one of these X's are drawing you in. I will start with the red X. I have left timestamps below for all the other X's. Hello. All right, those of you attracted to the red X is indicating that you and your ex are still attached at the root chakra, and that can entail a lot of different things. You guys definitely had some elements of karmic energies about the connection in the relationship, and it's not to say the ex is a karmic in the term that most people think of karmics. It just means you and this ex were working out a lot of karma with each other through your relationship, whether that karma is related from like past life energy, or that is karma that you guys are working with each other that had nothing to do with each other. Okay, so root chakra, there's definitely an element of karmic energies attached to that, but also this would have been a relationship that was your everything, or you thought it would always be. You drew a lot of security and sense of support from this connection, whether it was a healthy connection or a toxic connection. You were just very wrapped up into it. There was a lot of roots to this and an intention of longevity to it. And when this relationship ended, it could have felt like the rug was pulled out from underneath you, and you've been having a lot of trouble regaining your sense of security, individuality. Some of you may have had a lot of issues financially through this breakup, through this separation with the root chakra. So for you guys, that is where this connection predominantly still exists. And since there is an element of karmic energies attached to that, I know that through this relationship, both of you learned quite a few life lessons with each other. So let's pull some cards and take a look at that connection, and you know, what was it about for your spiritual growth, the life lessons. And you know, as you are still feeling the attachment at the root chakra to this ex, they too are still attached to you. There's something about the connection that's not fully resolved. There hasn't been full closure yet. Disillusionment, greatest inspiration, taboo things, eternally yours. I just want to make sure this isn't glaring too bad for you guys. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is talking about your connection and what you were meant to gain from it. And with disillusionment and taboo things there is definitely shadow elements to this connection. And, you know, that doesn't have to be a negative thing. I see that. But then we have this greatest inspiration and eternally yours. So there's a lot of light elements to this connection. But what I see here is the two of you coming together was really about an awakening to take place in each one of you. And I feel when you guys came into an alignment, your energies were very equal in frequency and vibration. But through this connection, one of you really began to evolve and grow and mature emotionally, and the other one did not. And that started to cause a lot of friction between the two of you. And I just feel like, you know, with disillusionment and taboo things, maybe some of you could have come together like this was a third party situation to begin with, you know, where you could have been in a relationship when you met this person, or started seeing them, or they could have been in a relationship, or both of you could have been in a relationship. That doesn't mean all of you that's the case, but some of you that is definitely the case here, just because disillusionment and taboo things. And so there was a lot of emotion here, a lot of deep connection and love. All right. Spicy hot, like when it is good, it's on fire. But when it's bad, it's bad. And see here with Eternally Yours, that goes back to that root chakra, where it's like no matter what, through any storm, you saw this as your ever after, or you just maybe subconsciously, this is where you always expected to be, even if in your conscious mind you were growing unhappy or thinking you wanted to be out. Once this relationship was over, it was like the wind was just sucked right out of you, the rug pulled right out from underneath you. Because I see the connection there with that Eternally Yours. And with this greatest inspiration also coming through, that means that this relationship is truly meant to activate both of you on a spiritual level for that evolution. And, you know, because you're here watching the reading, I'm going to assume that you're the one that, you know, followed through with that activation, and you began to grow and mature spiritually, because we have lessons, soul. So I know both of you, there's lessons of the soul coming through in this connection, and one of you really got it and the other one didn't, and your vibration shifted and changed, and that's why you had to pull apart from each other. And back to that third party, this could also be where you were together and then a third party came in, and that's what separated your connection. And then some of you, it has nothing to do with a third party, it's just that hot and cold, that friction. When it is good, it's amazing. When it's bad, it's like run for the hills type of energy, and that's not sustainable. And that it grew worse over time, because again, your vibrations were growing apart, one of you growing, maturing, following the contract that's agreed at the soul level, the other one not. Like somebody's failing to evolve, failing to learn their lesson, their soul lesson through this taboo things. And so that's a big factor as to why you guys had to split. However, the connection still remains at the root chakra, because there could be a lack of acceptance of this relationship being over. There could still be a lot of confusion, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain around it. Again, root chakra is about your stability, feeling secure, feeling like you have enough, feeling stable. And that's the energy that is in flux for you, as well as this ex. They feel this as you do, just in a different way. All right, so let's pull an archangel and see what archangel is trying to help you with this, bring you into deeper clarity and understanding about this connection and what you need to do to sever that tie at the root chakra. Because you could do like meditations for a thorough cord cutting and all of that, but if you haven't fully gained everything you were meant to gain from the connection, it will just come right back, and you'll find yourself in the same thing. That's why you feel like you're getting over something, you're good, and then all of a sudden you're sucked back in. It's because there's some unresolved issue. There's something that hasn't been understood or properly perceived. There's still more for you to grow and evolve. Even if the relationship is physically over, there's still this energy playing out. All right, so we have Archangel Raziel coming out with the Enigma. So this means there is a lot of confusion and lack of understanding on your part as to why things played out the way they did, or why, is this connection so deep, so intense when we're not together? Like, what is that even meant for? And, whether somebody's a soulmate, a karmic, or even a twin flame, the connection is going to feel intense and strong, and that's for purpose. It's, because you have something to grow and learn and evolve from. This lifetime you have a contract at a soul level. So let's pull some cards and look at that contract, the soul evolution that, is intended to be gained through this connection. Divine light work, so there's that awakening energy again. And crystals. And this relationship, what you have gone through within it, has given you some skills and wisdom and understanding that you might not consciously be aware of yet. And it's you've got this, light work and then the crystals. And once you are able to fully understand and perceive this relationship for what it was meant to be for you, you're going to rise above. Your consciousness is going to shift. And I feel like you shed this. So even if in this moment you think, no, this is my one forever after, as you allow yourself to accept and surrender and ask Spirit, Archangel Raziel, hey, what am I meant to gain from this? Why am I still hung up here? What's going on in the root chakra? The answers will come in, and you'll be given the choice, and you will heal and you'll rise, and you won't want this again, because, when a connection separates, it's because it doesn't work anymore. And, during the separation, your energy changes, their energy changes. You can never return back to what was. It will be something completely brand new if you come back together. But the only way you can come back together is if you both can meet in this higher frequency. And that's where you are headed. And I feel in that space, you just meet a different relationship that's much more compatible for you than this one was, even though there's a deep sense of connection. All right, let's pull some tarot. Five of Wands, so you definitely do go back and forth. Heart of Pentacles, you could be an earth sign, or this could involve an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it is time for like more stability. That's another reason why this connection had to end. Like, we need some stability. Next is the Ace of Cups. A lot of love. Eight of Cups, walking away. And 10 of Cups. That's what brings you happiness. So I know right now in this moment, many of you probably want to reconcile with this person, or you go back and forth on that, maybe on the daily. And what I see is, as you surrender to the circumstances of what is, you come into the wisdom of why everything played out the way that it had. You evolve and you're able to walk away, and you're much happier for that, moving on. So for you guys, and this is just a general reading, I feel there is a much better relationship for you up ahead that entails everything you want. This relationship had one thing that was like very compatible with you, and it could have been a distraction, but there were many other things that were not compatible. And that's part of the disillusionment here. Just the connection, the physical chemistry, so strong, so intense, it was hard to see the things that were lacking, and just being very focused on this one thing that was going right, that was working very well. And now through the separation, you're going to come into the understanding that your needs were not truly met all the way through, and you're going into a relationship where there's now 10 cups instead of 1 cup. There's 10. So let's pull a couple of heart and soul messages. These are messages from the ex, or people around them, or your spirit guide, to help you understand where they're at, what they're thinking and feeling. We have a heart message I am still very hurt about what happened. I need more time. So they definitely feel a broken heart, anger, frustration, maybe even some victimhood about this relationship, whether you feel they have the right to or not. They definitely do feel a sense of hurt and loss from, you know, the departure of you. And now we have heart. I am not over you, not even close. So yeah, they still think about you and feel you quite a bit. And now we have a soul message. I'm finally reaping the karma for how I've treated you and others. So this X is coming into some of their own energy, getting a dose of their own medicine of, you know, how they behave, what they did, because again, I feel like there was a lack of maturity and evolution in this person, and that's why this relationship had to go its separate ways. And now it's time for you to heal and see things from a higher perspective. You know, there is some disillusionment. Archangel Raziel trying to help you come into like the understanding, the full understanding. And in that space, I'm telling you, you just rise and you don't want this anymore. You don't. And you might be like, yeah, right. And that might be hard to believe in this moment, but I'm telling you, through the evolution and healing, you don't want this anymore. And I had an ex that I had a really hard time getting over, and Spirit always used to tell me that you're not going to want it, you're not going to want it. And I was like, I don't believe it. And sure enough, I didn't want it anymore. All right, so here we have respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. So yeah, you've cleared a lot of karma, gained a lot of life lesson through this relationship. Take time to tune into your body and recognize the messages it's trying to send to you. And that's about rising and evolution and not being so stuck in this energy, realizing it was for purpose to help grow you and propel you into something that looks much more happy and satisfying than this connection, as strong as it was. And it says, foster patience, so everything takes time. And make gentleness a habit. Be easy on yourself. Give yourself time. Let yourself cry. Let yourself mourn. Let yourself feel what you feel. And through that process of acceptance and feeling, know that you're pushing forward into, you know, better for you. And you will get over this. I see you walking away and moving into much happier energy. All right, let's pull one final card. Oh, okay. Unlock your creative side with dance, music, art, or writing. Express yourself. So there is some sense of creativity, some untapped gift within you that can be activated and come to life through the pain and challenge of this. So it's like you're making lemonade out of lemons. You're going to turn this connection and what you went through into something beautiful. Like you might write a book, you might poems, drawing, a vlog. Like some of you, this pain, this challenge that you've been through because of this connection, after you heal and evolve beyond it, you're gonna make something, some sort of material physical manifestation that maybe generates you some income or really helps other people. So this whole situation, as hard and heavy as it is, it's honestly propelling you into like a new level of evolution, which leads you into much more happiness than you ever had here. So those are your messages with this first X. I hope that this has helped. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. All right, being attracted to this purple X means that you and this relationship, this person, are still connected at your crown chakra. And also with this particular X, this is a soulmate to you, all right? And some soulmates are just meant to teach us lessons, and some soulmates are meant to be with us forever after in this life, all right? It just varies depending on your personal life circumstances and path. But this person, the reason why you are struggling is because A, they're a soulmate, so you had a different, a more significant type of connection with them than with, the average person. And you're still connected at the crown chakra. So you guys are still very much in communication at a spiritual level. And you might be aware of that. Like you're just going about your business and then all of a sudden they're on your mind and it feels like you're having a conversation with them. You could be having dreams about them. There could be like a lot of signs and synchronicities in your reality about them. But as much as that's happening for you, it's also happening for them because you are still connected at the crown chakra. So let's explore this relationship a little bit and understand it better. What was it meant for? Lessons, happinesses, victories. Like what was it meant for? And you could really be feeling incomplete without this person in your life just because of being connected at the crown and knowing that they are one of your soulmates. Okay, so we have things left unsaid. So there are a lot of things you wish you could have said, a lot of things they wish they could have said, and it almost feels for some of you that this was a very hasty breakup and departure, and maybe somebody's pride got in the way a little bit. And now we have a karmic flame journey. Twin flame love. And temporary reconnection. Okay, now this is just a general reading, so you've got to take it for what it is as a general reading. But if this really feels like it's resonating, you might want to just take this message and marinate on it a little bit and see if this is truly meant for you. Because what I have to say here is I feel that the love is there, that twin flame type of love and emotion and bond that you feel for another human being in a romantic sense. You guys have that in the emotional capacity. However, we have karmic flame journey coming through. So this is a soulmate that was really meant to teach you some life lessons, okay? And we have temporary reconnection. So this could be that, this person comes in and out of your life. Like this could be something that's kind of a back and forth thing. Or this could be saying that this person is going to come back into your life, but it's a temporary reconnection, because even though the love is there, there are severe incompatibilities between the two of you. And I know that you have to be aware of those because you've been in a relationship with this person. It's just the love is so strong, it pulls you back. And it makes me think of that song called Heart Attack by, I think it's Trey's songs. And it's called Heart Attack. Yeah, listen to that song, because sometimes you can really, really love somebody and be incredibly bonded and attached to them, but there are just so many incompatibilities within your energy opposed to theirs, your personality opposed to theirs, your belief system opposed to theirs. And so that's why this relationship ultimately breaks up, is because there's too many incompatibilities underneath the surface for you guys to be able to properly maintain this energy right here. So you guys have that emotional bond, but energetically, I feel like you guys have different journeys and different paths. So this relationship, because of what you go through, really grows and matures both of you and pulls you into a place of wisdom. And again, I come back to this pride. There's a lot of things that were left unsaid, left undone in the departure of this relationship. And I see that back and forth energy. So it's like you can never really get closure. And because the connection's so strong, this is a soulmate. And when you're apart, you're still connected at the crown. You feel like you can't get away from them. Even if you're physically separated, you still feel them energetically. It is very challenging for you, very confusing for you, because you recognize the incompatibility, but you feel that love and bond equally. So it makes you go back and forth as well. And it's like there's more to this connection, but it's like time for that, like a closure, the conversation, meeting in the same space. And, you know, also with this connection, as unrealistic as it may seem in this moment, this person may actually re-enter your life in the future as a very good friend. And that can happen. That's happened for me personally. You know, somebody who was like my first love. We had a really messy breakup. He hated me for 5 years. And then the universe brought us back together. And we've just been really great friends for like 15 years now. And no romance again, just really good friends. And that bond, that understanding still exists between him and I. But much like what I'm seeing in this reading, there's too many underlying incompatibilities of why we couldn't be, even though the love is there, because sometimes love isn't enough, right? And everything you've gained here is evolving you to like your true twin flame. Like this was part of the journey of your twin flame journey, leading you to your true twin flame. All right, let's pull an archangel and see what archangel is trying to help you with this process of, you know, completion, coming in to full understanding, and finally things being said that must be said. All right. We have Archangel Metatron and Jubilance. So this is the Archangel that helps us with our trials and tribulations. And I really feel everything you've gone through in this connection, trials and tribulations, is growing you and maturing you and shaping you to align you to your true twin flame. This is like, you know, I don't want to say like a practice or a dry run, but what's up ahead for you, your true one, is out of this world from anything you've currently experienced, as unfathomable as that may be. And with Archangel Metatron there and Jubilance, I know that's the case. What's up ahead is greater than anything that you've known. It's just you had to go through this. This was like your journey, part of the process to get to that person. And, you know, that another song's coming into my head. Rascal Flats, and I think it's God Bless the Broken Road. Yes, God bless the broken road. That is how you feel when you come into alignment with the one that you are truly intended to walk as twin flame journey. It's like God bless the broken road, and it's okay. Like none of this matters anymore, as unfathomable as that may seem in this moment. All right, let's pull some more cards. Fulfillment and progress. So you guys have fulfilled the contract at the soul level that you signed up for with each other prior to this lifetime. It's complete. And now it's time to come into that place of surrender and acceptance and asking Spirit, asking Archangel Metatron, you know, what is it that I need to understand? What is it that I need to heal, to finally let this go, to move forward, to transform, you know, into this other version of myself? And the answers will come in. I do feel like you and this person need to have a conversation, and it's like through that conversation where you truly receive the closure that you've been seeking, the understanding. And I hope that, you know, through this reading, even though I'm saying this isn't the person that you belong with, that it comforts and soothes your soul, because I do see this beautiful love for you, and it's not this person. This person was just one stop on the journey to shape you, grow you, and prepare you for that next level relationship, and you've made a lot of progress. All right, let's pull some tarot. Three of Swords. Yeah, you really love this person, and they really love you too, all right? Like, don't think that they don't feel the heartache and heartbreak, even if they respond differently. Seven of Wands. Your souls know, all right, knows what that contract is. And that's why there's so much barrier now. Seven of Cups, head in the clouds. Two of Pentacles, unable to decide. And Strength. Some of you, you could be a Leo, or this could be speaking of a Leo in your life. So I really do feel that you've got to make the decision, because it's like you go back and forth. Like one day you're like, no, this isn't the right person for me, I am ready to move on. And then on the next day, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the love of my life. What am I thinking? And so you really go back and forth. And now you've come to, you know, this juncture where Spirit wants you to know that soul contract has been fulfilled, and you're at the point. And so the separation, that's why it's there. And you're at the point now where it's time to really allow yourself to come into the understanding of all this relationship was meant to be for you, because here you are, this beautiful transition, so much stronger and wiser mentally, emotionally, spiritually, after you really filter through these energies and come into the understanding. But there's just a lot of confusion, again, because the love and the bond, the connection feels so strong, but the incompatibilities are just equally intense. So it's like back and forth, back and forth. And Spirit wants to give you the guidance of, you know, this was preparing you, and it's time to allow yourself to come into the energy of completion. And when you're asking for that, and you truly mean it, and your mind and your heart and your soul are in alignment and agreement with that, then, you know, Archangel Metatron can work some magic and bring forth a ton of understanding and clarity, so you can finally be free. Because we have fulfillment and progress. It's time to move on. It's time to fly, because you have an important date in the future with somebody very, very special. All right, we're going to pull some heart and soul messages again, because, you know, things have been left unsaid, and you guys absolutely need to have a conversation. But it's like, I think both of you don't want to say it's over, but then when you're mad, you do, and it's so you both kind of just go back and forth. We have ego. Karma hasn't caught me yet, so I'm not really aware of how my actions impact you and others. So this person is a bit selfish. Next is heart. I am still very hurt about what happened. I need more time. So there's a bit of a victim mentality this person has. And heart message, I want you in my life. I'm not sure how that would work just yet. So, and that's probably why I picked up on that message of you guys may be friends in the future, even though that may seem very unlikely right now. But what I get from this person is, you know, they are taking no accountability or responsibility for themselves. They may kind of push a lot on you and blame you. You're crazy, you're too sensitive, you're this, you're that. They're not evolving, and you are. Okay, you are evolving, and what they're going to gain out of this relationship from you is when karma catches up and they fall on their ass, they're going to remember you and cry for you and mourn you, and really feel the full loss of you at that point. Because when that happens for them, you are moved on, you are long gone, you are locked into where you truly belong to be. And again, I feel like you guys could be friends in the future, and that's because you're emotionally okay. I feel like they will always have this connection and love to you, but you're going to evolve and be okay. They have more work to do. A lot of pride and ego. So let's pull you some advice. Let love be your motivation for action. That beautiful love that is meant for you, that is up ahead. All right, let's pull another advice. Decide. It's time for you to make a decision. Call your spirit guides for help. It's time for you to decide that you deserve real love that can be equally reciprocated, like mutual, with somebody who's much more compatible with you, that does not have these issues, because I really feel what you intended to receive from a soul level from this relationship, it's happened. The contract has been fulfilled and it's time for you to move on, but you've got to decide to let your, self to move into the present and into the future and not continue to be stuck in the past. Like with this energy, it's time to move forward. And I'm telling you, there's beautiful love up ahead for you. This person is a soulmate to you, and that's why the connection is so intense. And you guys really will teach each other a lot. Like as you move further and further from this relationship, you'll come into more and more and more understanding. And when karma finally catches up to them, they're going to really think about this relationship, and that's the point in which they're going to start evolving. But I'm telling you, you're going to be moved on into a connection where you feel like you've always belonged. The X is Heart Attack by Trey's song. The True Love Up Ahead is God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. I'm telling you, like, that's the difference of energies. Listen to those two songs and you'll see, like, what's up ahead is what you truly want, and it will be in alignment with you. It won't have all these incompatibilities. So those are your messages for the second X. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So being drawn into this blue X means that you and this X relationship are still connected at the third eye and the throat chakra. Also, this person is a soulmate to you, having the attachment still remaining at the third eye. And a soulmate can be somebody who just teaches us some life lessons, or it can be somebody who's with us forever after, all right? It just really depends on your personal life path and your soul contract with that particular soulmate. So this person is a soulmate to you, and still being connected at the third eye. Through this relationship, there was meant to be an activation or an awakening take place in both of you through the connection, through the experience that you share with each other. But also, this activation has to do with the truth, learning the truth, speaking the truth. Also, a lot of things have been left unsaid between you and this person. A lot's been held back, or really ugly words were exchanged that were not the truth, okay? So let's pull some cards and dig deeper about this relationship and what it's meant for in your life, why it happened, and why you're still hung up and still connected at that third eye as well as the throat chakra. Mutual damage. Change yourself. Heart consciousness. Awakening emotions. All right, so this relationship is pretty significant for both of you, and the soul connection aspect of it, which you're meant to achieve and gain from each other in that area of your life. And I just have to tell you, regardless of who ended it or how things ended, you both hurt the same. It's mutual damage. You both have been damaged emotionally and like cracked open because both of you needed to change aspects of yourself. And this could have to do with some emotional baggage from childhood or from previous relationships before you guys came together. All right. Because with heart consciousness, awakening emotions, coming after change yourself, that lets me know that you guys came together. Well, one reason we're going to explore further, but one of the main reasons is it's time for you both to be cracked open. And the only way that happens is if something can cut you really, really deep and you both have that power over the other. Nobody can dig deep down into you like them, and nobody can dig deep down into them like you. That's part of your soul contract. And through this cracking open, feeling cut so deep, the light can come in. And in that space, you're given the option to face your emotional baggage, to face the damage inside of you, and make the decision to heal and to evolve and come into a more heart-based energy. And that doesn't mean like you guys don't love and don't feel. It's just there's a lack of authenticity. And what I mean by that is a lack of vulnerability. And when there's a lack of vulnerability, the authenticity comes from like your true emotion that's not fully expressed or shared because it's hidden, all right, behind a wall, because we're afraid to be vulnerable. We're afraid to be open. We're afraid to be exposed. So both of you are very similar in that aspect. And that's what this relationship, first and foremost, was meant to do, to really crack you open, to reconnect you to your heart space. One, through the love you felt for each other, and then two, for the light that comes in after the wound has been created. And in that space we have those awakening emotions. So both of you really grow, evolve, and mature emotionally through this relationship, and experience every experience within the relationship. And it's to return you to your heart chakra. So this the first two X's were like game over. This one, I don't know that it's game over. So let's keep pulling more cards. This is the Archangel that's going to help you come into understanding and healing about this relationship and connection. And being connected at the third eye, even though you could be physically separated, you still feel their energy. They still feel yours. You draw energy upon each other. You meet in the dream space. You still communicate at the soul level. Like you guys are still so connected, even though you're physically apart. And being apart is to crack you open so the light can come in finally. Because, once you're kind of jaded and closed up, not really anything can get in. But when you align with the soulmate that has that special magic key, boom, there's no stopping them. All right, we have Archangel Michael, Exaltation. And this is a really great archangel to have come through in your reading. Yes, because he is the archangel of truth and enlightenment, to bring all things to light that you must face and push through, and also give you the empowerment and the courage and the bravery to do so, and extends his sword of power to you so you can cut through anything. And what you need to cut through is this emotional baggage and these emotional wounds that exist within you. And Archangel Michael really wants to help you with that, as well as your ex. Okay, this to me, I feel, I don't know, I don't feel like this. Well, let's pull more cards before I go in too deep. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but with Archangel Michael coming in, I feel you both need to really shift your perceptions, because we have changed yourself. So something needs to fundamentally change within you as well as within your ex. And the relationship is the catalyst of that, what needs to change, so that you both can evolve and move into higher potential and higher happiness, higher frequencies of experiencing and being. Awakened creativity. So you have awakening emotions and awakened creativity. And look at, you got the two faces there and the two faces here. This is like a really big shift in consciousness, and coming through as creativity. Creativity is attached to your sacral chakra, which many of you may have a huge imbalance in that area, especially if you've suffered a lot of abuse in various ways. That's a chakra that can really get out of balance. And also when we have a hard time being vulnerable, it's that chakra. So some healing needs to come into play in that chakra. I highly recommend getting some Reiki or doing some healing meditations for the sacral chakra. And there's a ton of them on YouTube, but there is definitely imbalance in that area, and that's where a lot of this emotional baggage exists. And we have infinite possibility coming through. So you and this ex, as painful as things are, it's like things aren't what they appear. Everything that's unfolding and playing out is truly so that you both can face yourselves and know yourselves and heal those wounds, because those wounds are the only thing that is like in between your connection with each other. Like that's what I feel pushes you guys away. And again, it's, you know, in the contract, because through that departure, it will hurt you both so bad, it cracks you open. And in that space, that's when true change and growth can happen. All right, let's pull some tarot. Eight of Swords, so we feel very trapped, restricted. There's that lack of feeling like we can be authentic and vulnerable and exposed. And I want you to see like the rose there. Look at how beautiful that is. Trapped by all these swords. All these swords represent those emotional baggage and those wounds inside of you guys. And it prevents from showing how truly beautiful the divinity, the light that exists within both of you. Ten of Cups. Yeah, you guys are definitely soulmates, and you've had many lifetimes with each other, and you're meant to, everything about this is meant to really evolve you. Three of Cups. There's a lot of happiness, and that some of you, you even, you have children together. Nine of Cups. You are their wish and they are your wish. Like, if we could just get this right. And Temperance. Yep, there's the balance. This particular ex, I know this is a general reading, but I do feel there's potential for reconciliation and healing within this relationship. And if that's not the case, then once you are healed and you've changed and you've faced those, you know, damages inside of you, it really shifts your energy and it allows you to align to somebody who is very in alignment with you. I mean, it's like you guys are two halves of the same whole. You see that, like the blue, and then there's the orange. And interesting, you were attracted to the blue X, and that's third eye, indigo, and then the throat chakra, blue. And then I'm talking about the sacral chakra, which is orange, which is where your healing needs to come into play. And also with the throat chakra, you guys have a lot of trouble properly articulating yourself and communicating your emotions and your thoughts. And again, it goes back to those wounds that exist within. So I really feel this relationship can heal and come back together in harmony once you both evolve and change yourself and face that emotional damage inside. And, you know, for others of you, that's not the case. You move on and you align to somebody who is in alignment with you. All right. And I only say that because this is general and I see this perfect alignment at the end of like this healing. And so since this is a general reading, I have to go both ways. If this was personal, I would say you guys are going to work it out. Eventually, you guys are going to come back into alignment and sync with each other because you're finally able to open your heart chakras and feel safe where you can be vulnerable and authentic with each other. So let's pull some heart and soul messages. These are things that have been left unsaid, unspoken. Unknown. We are tribe members you don't know yet. We will help heal you when we meet. So there are some people that you haven't met or your ex hasn't met yet that's going to be the catalyst to help you guys heal and potentially help you guys come back together. Next is your tribe. You don't see the distorted energy like I do. You deserve better. So there's people around you that see this relationship and connection as very toxic, and it's, you know, they're only seeing the surface layer of things. They don't see the deeper meaning, the emotional baggage that exists within both of you, and the changes that both of you need to make. All right, so people around you see this as very toxic, just what you go through. However, I see this from a different perspective. You know, I see underneath that layer and why things are playing out and what needs to happen to make this energy, you know, healthy and become in sync once more. And now we have an ego message. It says, I'm selfishly motivated right now. I take advantage and I use people. You are not the only one. I've done this too. So the ex of yours has a bit of evolving to do, even though they're hurt, okay? And they miss you and they hurt for you. They're really struggling to face themselves, the shadow within, and it may take a little bit more time for them than it does for you, but this is Spirit saying, like, this is your soul contract, so you both are eventually going to get to that space of growth, evolution, and understanding. All right, let's pull you some advice. All right, so that one flipped. And look at more blue. It says, make clear, calm thinking your goal. Don't obsess. Don't freak out. Just open up to Spirit. Call upon Archangel Michael, and the answers will come. The soothing will come in. All right, let's pull another one. Oh, all right. Signs. Your past loved ones are never far from you. Notice the signs they send you. So you have some passed on loved ones trying to help you heal this emotional damage inside of you. And this person also has loved ones trying to help them heal and bring you guys into that higher consciousness understanding, so you can see things from a different perspective, and it doesn't feel so hurtful. It's like everything is a matter of perspective, and that doesn't mean what you've gone through wasn't hard, painful, awful, and terrible. You know, it is. It is what it is. But you've already lived through it, and now you can choose to look at it from different perspectives so that you can heal, release, and let that energy go and connect in the heart space truly with this particular person, or with somebody who is a perfect match for you down the road once you're healed, okay? And again, I give both of those options because this is a general reading. So otherwise, if it was personal, I would say you and this person are going to work it out. You're going to get it right. The ex just looks like they're having a bit more struggle than you are. So it's a matter of time. And that's why Archangel Michael is coming in and saying, I will walk with you. I will bring you truth. I will give you strength. I will bring you clarity. All right. So those are your messages for this third X, the blue X. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. All right, being drawn to this green X means you and your ex are still connected at the heart chakra. So that means that you are not over them, they are not over you. There is a lot of unresolved emotional energy that still exists, but there's still a lot of love because you're still attached at the heart chakra. And also, you know, being attached at the heart chakra, this person is a soulmate to you. And soulmates, you know, they can be here to teach us some life lessons, and then once those are learned, they move on. Or some of them are meant to be with us, you know, forever after. It just really depends on your personal life journey as well as your soul contract with this person. So let's dig into this relationship and you know, what it was meant to teach you, what's going on right now. But you guys are definitely still connected in the heart space, and that's why you struggle. We have boundaries, past life lessons, inescapable connection, support and encouragement. right, so you and the soulmate have definitely had past lifetimes together in romantic situations. In fact, I feel like you guys have been working on one issue for several different lifetimes, actually, and it's coming into this one. Now, here we have boundaries and past life lessons. So, you and this ex, I feel there's a lot of intense energy between the two of you, and one or both of you could have a really hard time knowing where, like the line should be drawn, like putting up with a lot of stuff that shouldn't be tolerated, looking the other way, making excuses, and that could go both ways. And then maybe the energy shifts and it's not looking the other way and it's not making excuses, it's fighting and it's friction because something has to give. I feel kind of like a codependent type of energy going on between the two of you, and it's more emotionally based. Like there feels a lot of insecurity and jealousy around the connection, either inside you towards them or inside them towards you, or a combination of the both. This is just I hate to say this, but it feels like a lot of toxic energy between you and this person. It kind of feels like obsessive, all consuming, all encompassing type of energy. And with inescapable connection right next to that, it's like you guys, they just know how to push your buttons. You know how to push theirs. No matter how much you fight, no matter what happens, it's like you can never get over each other. You can never move beyond each other. You're always coming back together, or you never like separate. I mean, this might be the first time you've broken up, and then for others of you, you might go back and forth. But then we have this support and encouragement. So there is this incredible, healthy, strong bond here. Yet there's this element of toxic energy as well. And I feel like it's because of the intensity of your connection of who you are and who they are. You both feel very strong personalitied, and like a big power struggle goes back and forth between the two of you. So let's pull an archangel and see what archangel is trying to help you understand this. Because, with past life lessons, you will never escape this energy, this connection with this person until you've received what you were meant to gain from them, and vice versa. And I feel just because of like your energies, this intensity has been an issue in past lifetimes as well. Like it's almost a hindrance, but that's truly your obstacle to get over, to evolve, and to grow. And it's like you'll never be able to escape each other until you overcome this past life lesson, whatever that may be. We have Archangel Samuel, and we have reconciliation. All right, so this speaks for itself. You and this ex, and I was kind of feeling that with this, but I just wanted to wait till I got more cards out since this is a general. With reconciliation there, Archangel Samuel, I do feel like you and this person definitely reconcile, reunion with each other. Now, as a general reading, that could be you guys come back as romantic, or maybe some of you decide to just be friends moving forward. With the intensity of a bond like this, I don't really see like you guys being able to be friends. It's like you're either lovers or you can't be anything at all, just because of the intensity that goes on here. But I feel like you guys will get back together for a number of reasons. One, you guys cannot escape each other. And two, you're still working on this past life lesson. And it's really like overcoming these jealousies, these insecurities, and becoming very strong and independent within self so that you can be like better partners to each other. Because it's not a question of love and attraction and energy and passion. It's all there. It's I feel like it's almost too much there for you or for them at times. Like it's too much. It's very intense. And so when you feel that strongly for somebody, it's easy to get jealous. It's easy to get insecure. And so I do see like we've been struggling with that, but you guys can truly overcome it. This lifetime you can. Archangel Samuel wants to help you with that. Come into that full understanding about, why it's so intense and how to temper those energies, because with support and encouragement, I just don't feel like there's a better fit for either one of you than each other. It's just like you guys can't seem to move past this challenge, and it might feel bigger than it is because you've gone through this in past lifetimes. So it's like you're rehashing old energy, and you know, you might not consciously be aware of that, but your soul is. So it could feel very tiring. Yet once we pull away, the bond is so strong. It's still there. It's just like it doesn't matter. So let's pull some more cards. Centering in divine light. So do you see that? Like, this to me is just talking about like your lifetimes and their lifetimes and all the ways that they've intersected. And like this lifetime, you're completing the design, you're completing the puzzle, you're coming into an evolution. So, you know, focus more on that and ask Archangel Samuel to really help you understand what that means for you personally. And next, you are the Rainbow Bridge. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, you guys are, it's inescapable for both of you. It's like you will always be pulled back together. And once you truly come into this understanding of this past life lesson and evolve beyond it, your relationship is much more balanced and tempered, and those insecurities and jealousies aren't as rampant and abundant. It's like a different connection, a different trust coming in between the two of you. So let's pull some tarot and dig a little deeper. Movement of Swords. So you could be an air sign, or you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Four of Swords, we're in a period of rest, of renewal. Eight of Pentacles, because we're trying to learn and understand and process. Sky Father, and look at that. That would be the archangels coming in to help you, but also this is talking about the evolution that you're both achieving through your connection and finally overcoming this past life lesson. And some of you, this could represent an Aries, or you could be an Aries. And lastly, we have the Five of Cups. It's like finally figuring it out how to get this right, because without each other, you're both sad. Like, you're heartbroken, both of you. Okay, that's just what it is. You are, because being connected at the heart chakra still, Archangel Samuel coming in, trying to help you both go to a higher perspective, to see this lesson and to understand it so that you can finally evolve beyond it. Because once you've evolved beyond it, again, it's like the design is complete, the final puzzle piece is there, and your relationship shifts to a much more tempered, balanced, equal, loving relationship that's got more longevity to that. So it's not like it's good, it's flowing, it's bliss, and then, oh my gosh, crap hit the fan and now it's all bad. And it's not like that. It's just much more flowy and balanced energy. Okay, let's pull some heart and soul messages and see what's going on inside your ex. Heart, I failed at loving you. I'm flawed and I need to figure myself out. So there is definitely some perception of awareness within your ex of their flaws and their mistakes. Next is their soul, and it says, our challenges are life lessons we signed up for at the soul level. I mean, come on. We got past life lessons, and then our challenges are life lessons we signed up for at the soul level. So their soul confirming that that is the truth. Like, you've just got to overcome this, and once you do, it's like you go into a different dimension of understanding and experiencing. And now we have your tribe, and it says, you don't see the distorted energy like I do, you deserve better. So there are people around you that don't like this person, don't like this relationship you have with them due to this toxicity that exists. However, they don't see the soul contract that exists between the two of you, and that you guys are, on the last leg of a cycle that's been lasting for many lifetimes. And the rainbow bridge, completing, the picture and the rainbow, it's just like the sadness ends. So maybe right now, as things currently are, no, this person is not the best for you. But through time, that doesn't mean those energies aren't going to change, because I see that communication happens after a period of rest, of renewal, of reflection, where we've truly learned and thought about things and come into a higher understanding, and that allows the sadness to begin to heal and mend. And I really feel that you guys eventually come back together. So not everybody around you is going to be happy and excited for that. All right, let's pull some advice. Be aware that your thoughts and feelings are just as impactful as your actions. So what this is letting you know is where you focus mentally and emotionally most of the time about this ex is the energy of this ex that you align yourself to, this more toxic energy. And if you start shifting where your focus is, what you have learned, what you have gained, what has been a blessing about this relationship and experience, that only helps you evolve into that higher expansion that you need to overcome this lesson of past life, to complete, this bigger cycle. Archangel Samuel wanting to help you with that. So let's pull another advice. And we have proud. Be proud of who you are, where you've been, and where you're growing. And this is saying, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on the ex. You both have been at this for a few lifetimes. You are both in the struggle equally, okay? They're definitely realizing their mistakes and their flaws, and the connection is as inescapable for them as it is for you. Archangel Samuel trying to really help bring you into understanding, help you heal so that you guys can reconcile. All right, so those are the messages for the green X. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So being drawn into this orange X means that you and your ex are still attached at the sacral chakra. Now, being attached at the sacral chakra could mean that you and this ex had a lot of karma that you were working out through your relationship, or it could represent that potentially this ex is a karmic. We're going to pull cards to figure all of that out, but still being attached at the sacral chakra, that could have been indicating there was a big power struggle between the two of you. One of you could have been very dominant, one of you very submissive, one of you really giving and doing and being everything, while the other one was just taking. And also with this particular ex, you guys have a very strong sexual chemistry, relationship, and connection. There's a lot of passion there, and that's partly why you guys are having a hard time pulling away from each other, okay? So let's dig in and pull some cards and see what this relationship is meant, like what this karma is about, that you guys signed up for at a soul level to meet and resolve at this point in your journey. So let's see what it's about. So we have other influences. Definitely could have been some third-party stuff going on here. Next is Twin Flame Kundalini. There's that sacral chakra connection. things left unsaid, and loyalty. All right. This is definitely a connection that suffers from like infidelity, lack of commitment, or it's like one person is just like holding the relationship together and the other person is just kind of going along for the ride. There's definitely a huge imbalance of energies. And I do feel that there's third party influence with this connection because we have other influences and then loyalty. So there's definitely been disruption and distortion to like commitment to this relationship, this connection. It could go both ways, or it could just be really strong on one side. And, you know, with things left unsaid, I'm getting a few messages about that. First of all, again, one person is like really holds it together, like won't say certain things to not rock the boat or to upset the energy. Let me stand on my head for you. Let me jump as high as you say. And I don't feel like the person who's doing that is like this pushover that has no personality or spine. It's just they feel so drawn in and connected to this relationship. It's like, I will do whatever it takes, you know, for better or for worse, through thick and thin. I'm going to write it out. I'm going to do what I got to do because this really matters to me. And this twin flame Kundalini, with that, there can be some mistake that because of the way you guys connect intimately, that this is your twin flame or this is who you're supposed to be with forever after. All right. We're going to pull more cards to, you know, go deeper into that. But I do see that conflict. And with these messages for the ex, I just want to be as honest as I can possibly be with the message, even if it's like a harder message. It's not, you know, oh, they miss you and they love you and they want to get back together, because, you know, 90% of people that come for an ex reading, that's what they want to hear. And that's why I don't do a whole lot of love readings, if you notice. But, you know, Spirit led me to do these for the exes to really help bring clarity and understanding. You know, the energy shifting in the northern hemisphere, we just went into the spring. In the southern hemisphere, you guys just went into the fall. So the spring, it's all about new energy, understanding, and experiences. And the fall, it's all about receiving the harvest and the evolution, okay? So with this particular connection, there has been a lot of interference, other influences that prevent this connection from fully rooting, but it's very hard to walk away from it due to the intimacy physically and emotionally that is shared here, okay? And that's why there's like that confusion. So let's pull an archangel and see what archangel wants to come in and help you understand this ex, this relationship, what it was meant to teach you, you know, and the potential of the future of it. So we have Archangel Jophiel and we have Wonder. So Archangel Jophiel is saying to you that as, you know, powerful as this connection feels, there's a lack of magic and wonderment that does not exist within it. I'm telling you, it's like one of you gives, is loyal, is there, and the other one, it's just like, I'm along for the ride when it's good for me. And this is undisputable. You guys have amazing physical chemistry, and when you come together in an intimate way, it's a whole different experience than the rest of your relationship, all right? In fact, that might be the only time this person truly becomes vulnerable and opens up and shares and, you know, is affectionate and feels close and all of those things. So you guys definitely have the connection in that area, you know, that sacral chakra, but there's so many other influences going on outside of this relationship that it's like it can't root. So let's pull some more cards. So we have yes and relationship harmony. So with this particular ex, you know, if this is somebody that's just kind of in and out, comes and goes, you can have that with them for as long as you like. They will always come around, okay? But if you want a relationship that is balanced, that is truly equal, that's in harmony, I'm not so sure that this is where you're going to get it. I'm telling you, this ex feels like they just go along for the ride. And that's not to say that you don't have a genuine connection. I do see it right there with that twin flame Kundalini. But with the sacral, again, there's a lot of karmic energies that you both are trying to work through and resolve. And their karmic energies and your karmic energies are both different. And why you need to resolve those energies are different. But it's like you're coming together in this relationship, and everything you go through with each other in this relationship really helps you resolve those karmic energies so that you can evolve. And with wonder and yes, I really feel like Archangel Jophiel is saying you need to really stand up for yourself and speak your mind. Don't be afraid to say everything you truly think and feel, and fear it will push them away, or it will be an end all no repair situation. Because again, what's the point of a romance if there's only one person truly in it? Even if you're physically together, it feels like somebody's always 1,000 miles away. So let's pull some tarot. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. So 2 fives right out the gate. Fives is all about big challenges and those challenges needing to be overcome to facilitate change. Now we have the Earth Mother, Movement of Pentacles, and Movement of Cups. So we've got water and earth energy coming in. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So what I see going on here is this resolve of karmic energies to put you back in balance, like it's a reset. And from that space moving forward through this movement of pentacles, it's much more solid, secure foundation, as well as deep healing to the emotional body. And I just have to say, like, I do feel like you and this ex are like gonna have more go rounds with each other. Like, maybe they come back and they apologize and they're like, I'm ready to really step up and put the work in. Okay, I do see that. But man, you've got to make sure that what was wrong in the first place is addressed and fixed and resolved, okay? That's the only way this relationship can normalize. Otherwise, you're just in the same repeat cycle over and over and over. But if you take a stand and refuse to reconcile until issues are truly resolved, and it's got to go beyond words, it's got to be, in changed action, long-term changed action, then I do feel this relationship could turn around, all right? But it has got to become far more balanced, where both sides are equally giving energy, and this other person isn't just going along for the ride, because it's like one person is in it like through thick and thin, and the other person is in it as long as it's easy. And then when it's not, okay, challenge, fight, break up, distance, push away, all of those things. So, this person, I feel, will come back into your reality, but you have to decide, am I just going to jump back in because I miss them? Or am I going to hold off until there's true change? Because if what was wrong isn't fixed, it will just happen again. And if you guys can evolve and overcome that, then this Earth Mother, that is such a solid energy, and that's how you move forward. Yes, you guys can make this relationship work and come into harmony. This karmic energies, those have got to be resolved, and it comes through, this Five of Swords, this Five of Wands. So again, you've got to decide, am I just going to accept it back and we're going to go through this again, or am I going to hold my ground and force change here, saying I'm not giving in until XYZ changes. Or, you know, sometimes you've just got to work on yourself, pull your energy and your thoughts away from the ex and what they did and everything they need to do to change to be a better fit for you, and just focus on yourself. Ask Archangel Jophiel to help you with that, because improvements and balances within yourself can also create the stable energy of this relationship, and this ex doesn't align back to you until they can meet you in that space. All right, but there's still more to this connection. There's a lot that's been left unsaid, and we've got to get these karmic energies, these outside influences balanced, resolved, in order to move forward in harmony. So it can happen, but you guys have got to face what your challenge is and not sweep them under the rug. All right, let's pull some heart and soul messages and see what's been left unsaid within your ex. So we have ego. Look at that. Imagine, I take more than I give. And we've already seen that through this whole reading. Next is unknown. We haven't met yet, but I'm definitely going to change your life when we do. So this coming through is letting you know one of two things. You are going to meet a new romance, and that might be why you get strong and you're able to put your foot down, all right? And it's a lot of fun for you. Or this is like a friend, a soul companion, somebody wise coming into your life that's going to give you the advice and help you have that emotional strength to really stand your ground until this person changes, okay? And since this is a general reading, some of you may want to reconcile. And like I said, I see that. But this has to happen first. And for others of you, you have no interest in that reconciliation. You just want to sever this connection, this connection at the sacral. And in that space, you've got to face yourself and ask Archangel Jophiel, what is it, that, where did I go wrong? Where did I give my power away? And you'll get all the answers, and it will align you to this new person. And this new person is this beautiful, balanced relationship that I see for you. Okay. So I feel like it's split on that. And lastly, we have your tribe. You didn't deserve what they did to you. So people that are around you that love you really feel like what this ex does to you and puts you through, you don't deserve that. Absolutely don't deserve that, okay? And they do take more than they give. And there is this unknown person coming in to really help you heal and understand, or this person's coming in because this is a new relationship for you romantically that's going to help you heal and mend and let this relationship go. Because again, there's a lot of karmic energy here, and I do see third party going on. All right, let's pull you some advice. See yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. So this coming out as your advice is telling you two things. One, all the stuff this ex does and puts you through, how would you respond? What would the advice be to a friend who is going through that and in a relationship like that? Or those of you who have children, what if your child was grown and in a relationship as what you're in? Would that be acceptable and tolerable for you? What is the advice you would give to them? Because that's the advice you need to give to yourself about this connection. And then also see yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. These issues, this karmic energy that is rampant in this connection, why is it there? What is it that you need to understand, to grow into, to evolve into, to become, to get out of those energies? Because, karmic energies always have life lessons within them. And once you gain that life lesson, that energy is resolved. And so you guys have this soul contract to work through some of these life lessons and evolve. And some of you, again, like I said, because we got the yes card here, you guys can evolve together, but you've got to stand your ground and make this person, put in equal effort, energy and effort, and be loyal all the way to the end, the same way that you are loyal, okay? And for others of you, it's time to really, face the challenges and life lessons that you're meant to learn in this relationship so you can evolve beyond them, because there is a very special person coming into your life. All right, so be real with yourself, be objective. All right, let's pull another card. Holiday. It's time to go on that holiday that you have been dreaming about. Live life. So Spirit is telling you it's time for you to be happy and excited, whether this person is currently in your life or out of your life, and focus on yourself and your healing and what life lessons you're trying to understand and evolve beyond through this connection. And that alone changes everything. Your energy shifting and changing changes everything, changes how this ex will respond to you, changes how other people will respond to you. And once you overcome this, I just see you in this beautiful harmony in many relationships in your life, friendships, family ships, as well as a very solid romantic relationship. And again, some of you that's with this person, and for some of you that's with somebody new. It will be different. This is a general reading. If I was doing just a personal reading, I would say that you guys are probably going to, get back together. It's going to take some work, some time, all right? But some of you, it is a new person coming in. You've just got to, face those life lessons, and Archangel Jophiel will help you with that so that you can see. And again, don't hold back anymore. You do what's good for you. Stand your ground. Say what you've got to say. You deserve to get back as much as you're putting in. And if you've been at it, going in this loop over and over and nothing's changing, then it is time to really change what you're thinking, your behavior, and how you're handling things, because that will shift the energy. And when the energy shifts, other people respond to you differently. So those are the messages for the Orange X. I am sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care. Hello there. So being drawn to this yellow X indicates that you and your ex are still attached and connected with each other at the solar plexus chakra. So being connected in that space, there is some karmic energies to that, but there's also some soulmate energies to that. And in a solar plexus connection, there's definitely been power struggles between you and your ex, one of you probably being very, very dominant while the other one being submissive, or it could go back and forth. And somebody could be very jealous, and when they start feeling like they're not in control of the situation, they can lash out and get very angry, very controlling, and very dominating type of energy. And also, being connected at the solar plexus, you and this person, the relationship, you really drew a lot of power and strength and support from each other. It's, in a sense, I feel like you guys were a power couple, in one aspect, but then, because of both of your energies, even though one is submissive, I feel you're very both strong-willed, strong personalitied, and that's a huge source of friction. And one of you being much more egotistical as it's my way or the highway, and that's why the other one conforms and really tries to keep the harmony. So let's pull some cards and go a bit deeper into this connection and what it's meant to teach you, and what this friction is about specifically. Sexual nostalgia, disillusionment, patience and timing, our memories. All right, so this ex, I feel, struggles to be without you as well. And whatever separated you guys really separated you guys big time. because we have this disillusionment and then patience and timing. So either, you know, they did something that really hurt you, or you did something that really hurt them, but the separation was not easy. I mean, we have lessons and lessons amongst the journey that you guys signed up for with each other at a soul level. And again, for you guys, I feel there's karmic energies attached to this, as well as you guys being a soulmate to each other, because we have our memories down there. So sexual nostalgia and our memories, you guys are your intimate energy. Was very special, the way you guys connected intimately, you know, sexually, and it was more than that. You guys connected at the soul through your, you know, physical intimacy. And then over here with our memories, you know, you guys had a lot of really good times together. The moments that you shared, the memories that you created, like, they're unmatched, and you both still feel that nostalgia within. Different things can happen to remind you of a moment or a time with them, and it feels bittersweet, and the same goes for them. And we have this patience and timing. So I do feel there's a battle of wills going on as well, like both of you being a bit stubborn and not wanting to back down, or to make the first move, or to like try to apologize, you know, or if the person who really screwed up has tried to do that, the other one is not ready yet. This disillusionment was a really hard fall. All right, so let's pull an archangel and see what archangel is working with you to try to help you understand, you know, the like life lessons, soul lessons that you intended to achieve with this relationship, and where this relationship is meant to go, where it's headed. All right, so we've got Archangel Raziel, and we've got eternity coming through. So the soulmate bond between you and this person is strong. You guys have been romantic partners throughout many, many lifetimes with each other, and the love and bond and connection between the two of you definitely feels more mature and wise and grown. But in that space, again, you guys are just... you both are intelligent, you both are strong, you both are wise, but it's, I feel this constant like power struggle going on between the two of you. And when you guys like fight, things could get really, really heated. And you know, there's a familiarity of their energy that you've never experienced with another person. It's like they feel like home to you. And it goes back to all these lifetimes that you've shared with each other. And, you know, they're one of your greatest teachers this lifetime, and you're one of their greatest teachers this lifetime. And your bond is special. It is sacred. It is divine. And what has separated you, you've got to trust the process of that, because we have some disillusionment, and that's those karmic energies where I feel somebody has to really take ownership and accountability of themselves and want to demonstrate different behaviors. And that could be a combination of both of you as well, okay? So let's pull some more cards. Divine light work. Manifest your positive state. Oops. Sorry, I jumped right out of my hand. Okay, so positive. Manifest your positive state. Okay. So with light work and manifest positive state, Archangel Raziel is coming in and saying, right now, it's better for you to shift your thoughts away from the pain and the separation and the confusion about this relationship, and fall back into, you know, that familiar energy. What was positive about it? What was beautiful about it? And ask, you know, not just Archangel Raziel, but your spiritual team, what am I learning from this relationship? How am I trying to grow and evolve? Because I see big time evolution for you in this connection, as well as evolution for your ex, okay? So this is a general reading, and what each and every one of you are meant to achieve is going to be a bit different. But this to me is about like ego death and soul activation, okay? Which is very interesting for, you know, the nature of this reading. But I feel like that's why we're apart right now, is for soul activation in both of you. Let's pull some tarot. Six of Cups. There's that sweetness, that nostalgia. Heart of Cups. So we've got some water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but that's talking about the beautiful love that exists between you, very mature love. We have Justice. Even if it doesn't feel that way, at the soul level, you guys have had lifetimes together. Innocence of Pentacles. And Judgment. Okay, so you got Justice and Judgment coming in. That's talking about the karmic energies, but also the soulmates that you guys are. And based on what I'm seeing here, I do feel that you guys will reconcile this relationship, this connection, just because of how strong and mature your souls feel to me. And with Justice and Judgment, a lot of the friction that you guys have experienced is you're resolving karmic energies and learning life lessons through each other that have nothing to do with each other, if that makes sense to you, okay? Different things you've got to understand, and karma that you've got to balance and resolve for yourself. And same goes for your ex. You guys decided, okay, even though this energy has nothing to do with our connection, we're going to bring it into this connection, and we're going to resolve it, and we're going to balance those karmic energies with each other because of you being soulmates. You know, this will only make the connection stronger. It's about patience and timing, and here is the new beginning, the Innocence of Pentacles. And this is a much slower moving energy, but it's far more steady. And it's also shifting into like new frequency, you as well as your ex, because here we have Judgment. You guys have a destiny to fulfill, a soul contract to complete this lifetime. And we also see that with Justice and with the Innocence of Pentacles. If I didn't say that, that could represent some earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So strong water and earth energy coming in. But the Six of Cups, again, many lifetimes with each other, and I don't think you will ever fall in love and love the way you do with this person, and I don't think they ever will. You guys could have distractions, momentary distractions and infatuations with other people, but the connection in which you guys share, no, there is no other connection like that. This is something very special and sacred that has been created over many, many lifetimes. And you guys do have a lot to achieve spiritually through each other in this journey. The soul activation, the awakening, the shifting to a higher frequency. And this even would feel like twin flame energy. For some of you that, you know, resonate with that understanding of romantic relationships and connections, like with Justice and Judgment, you guys are a perfect match. But again, very grown souls. Even the wisest grown soul can still act immaturely because, you know, they're moving through the physical avatar, which is a much denser energy, you know, than being in the non-physical realm. So all that beautiful wisdom sometimes gets lost, all right? But you guys do have something special, and ask Archangel Raziel what has separated you, the purpose of that, and what you could do to heal, to overcome and fulfill the destiny, because I don't feel that you guys are done at all. At all. I don't. No. All right, let's pull some heart and soul messages. And these are messages that, whoa, okay. Well, there's our 3, and another one just jumped on the ground. So I gotta scoot my chair back so I can grab it. Okay. I hope the universe reunites us again one day. So this is what's in your ex's heart. Definitely not over you. I think about all the things you said to me. I'm processing it all. So your words do not fall on deaf ears. There is some soul evolution and awakening happening. And lastly, I take more than I give. So the ex takes a bit more than they give, and they've got to awaken to that, and they're really starting to awaken to that, and they do want you back in their life. They don't want to be without you any more than you're without them, and then you want to be without them. So let's well, look at, do something to improve yourself. Any improvement you make will benefit all of humanity. So asking the archangels to help you understand the lessons and the karma that you're meant to resolve, balance, and overcome in this situation. It will, you changing and shifting is just going to create a cascade effect that naturally impacts your ex, okay? Take 5 or more minutes to concentrate on the divine feeling or a higher thought, doing your best to block out all other distractions. So asking you to really shift, to the positive about this ex, the good times, and not be hung up on what's not working or what separated you, but shifting back into that more positive energy and asking, what is this all for? What am I meant to learn? How am I meant to evolve? Because I just feel like you guys are coming back together at some point. Like, I don't feel this relationship is over at all. Clearing. Remove energy blockages by clearing out unwanted emotional or material clutter. And in your situation, this is the emotional clutter of what has ever separated you, so that you can come into the spiritual understanding, and ultimately that sets you free and facilitates different changes. And when you see things from different perceptions, that allows this spiritual activation to take place within you, and as you shift and change and activate, that will impact the ex. It's all about patience and timing. Sexual nostalgia, our memories, they miss you, they think of you as much as you miss and think of them. But this disillusionment, we fell really hard and something happened here, but you can overcome it 100%. You guys can overcome this. So call upon Archangel Raziel to help you out with this, okay? Those are your messages. I am wishing you all lots of love and light. Take care.